Hello parents. A question that you should ask your child at least once a year is, what is the difference between a rational number versus an irrational number? It is a question that randomly appears on standardized tests, and your child should know the difference between a rational and irrational number by the time they are in high school. It is a concept that is easily forgotten, but it is as simple as remembering that pi is irrational. So if your child knows the characteristics of pi, a rational number will be the opposite of pi. For example, pi cannot be represented on a number line. As we all know, pi equals 3.14, but it actually goes on a little bit further where there's no repeating pattern and it just keeps going on and on and on. So therefore we can get pretty close as to the position of pi on the number line, but we don't really know exactly where it is located on the number line because it keeps going on and on and on. Another number that is irrational is the square root of 2. You can go to your calculator, press 2, and then press the square root symbol, and you will find that the square root of 2 is equal to 1.414213, and it just keeps going on and on and on your calculator depending on the number of digits that is represented. So again, we know that the square root of 2 is somewhere between 1 and 2. We're not exactly sure. Again, we can get pretty close, but we don't know. It cannot be represented on the number line. So a rational number is different from pi or the square root of 2 in that a rational number is a terminating decimal. In other words, 1.3 is rational. 1.456 is rational. 5.895689 again is rational because the decimal terminates. Another characteristic of a rational number is a repeating decimal. So if you take 1 over 3 and convert it into a decimal, it is 0.3333 repeating. So a number like 1/3 is different from pi in that it has a repeating pattern. Even a number like 0.121212 repeating is a rational number, because in actuality this number is equal to 12 over 99. So that's the last characteristic of a rational number, that it can be represented by numbers on the number line. So it can be any whole number or negative number, but it can also be a combination of numbers on the number line. So here is the example. A 1/3 is somewhere here, 1/3 between 0 and 1, but it is a number that can be represented by numbers on the number line. Unlike the square root of 2 or pi, those numbers cannot be represented by numbers on the number line. So this is a very quick video about the difference between rational and irrational numbers. Just help your child by helping them understand that pi is irrational. Explain to them the characteristics of pi or even the square root of 2. And if they can just remember that these two numbers are irrational, then they can understand what kind of numbers are rational. Always remember that it's never too late to learn math. Thank you for watching.